Now let's talk about immigration and Oregon's sanctuary laws. This week, Marion County sued Governor Tina Kotek, the Department of Homeland Security, and the director of ICE, which sounds like a huge deal. But in fact, the lawsuit is really seeking clarity on whether the county should follow state or federal law when it comes to immigration enforcement. Here's what happened. Earlier this month, the county received immigration enforcement subpoenas from ICE looking for information on 4 alleged undocumented people currently on parole for serious crimes. 2 are registered sex offenders convicted of rape. The 3rd person is convicted of sex abuse crimes, and the 4th is someone convicted of kidnapping and robbery. Now, each subpoena asked for things like addresses, phone numbers, employers, and personal information like date of birth. Marion County says they collected the information, all of which are public records. That would be available to anyone who makes a public records request. But before they do anything with that information, they want clarity from the courts. The lawsuit claims Oregon's sanctuary law has internal inconsistencies and conflicts with federal law in the state's public records laws on whether they're allowed to give the information to ICE. If they don't give it to ICE, they could be sued by the U.S. Department of Justice or lose federal funding. If they do give it to ICE, they could be sued by the Oregon Attorney General or advocacy groups. Marion County Chair Danielle Bethel wrote, "Obviously, we want to keep dangerous people out of our community and off of our streets. Marion County has to follow both federal and state laws, and there's a serious lack of clarity that the courts need to figure out. Marion County is committed to prosecuting and holding accountable all people who commit crimes, regardless of their immigration status." In fact, before filing the lawsuit, the county says they got in touch with the state and the feds asking for their help in sorting this out. After those requests, the county says, quote, "ambiguity remains." And it's not like this is a one-off. In fact, Marion County has reported more requests from federal immigration authorities in the past year than any other Oregon county. From June of last year to the end of May this year, Oregon's Criminal Justice Commission's got 95 submissions from public bodies in Oregon, detailing requests for communications from federal immigration enforcement. That's a 265% increase from the time period a year before. Okay, as you can see, Marion County has far and away the most between the jail and the sheriff's office, 38 of the 95 reports, representing 40%. Okay, before we move on, I want to highlight part of the lawsuit where the county is making its case for a judge to tell them what to do. They say if an employee of another state made a public records request for the information the feds want, even if they said it was for immigration enforcement, the state's public records law would require the county to hand it over. They go on, if an employee of a foreign country did that, same thing. If a private citizen did that, they would hand it over. If a terrorist asked for the records, the county would give it to them. If the ICE agents, in this case, filed a public records request, but did so as private citizens and not on behalf of a federal agency, they would hand it over. So for now, it appears the county will just wait on a judge to decide what to do next, though it appears that either way there could be consequences. They'll just have to have a judge's order to lean on to defend the county's interests.